We all know competitive Pokemon. We also know the pain of budgeting money in today's money-driven society, and the agony as you beg your mom for more money to buy more overpriced Pokemon games. So what genius decided to combine these two totally related concepts and create one of the greatest creations ever? Welcome to Pokemon Draft League, where you use your skills from buying groceries to buying Pokemon. Here's the basic breakdown. First things first, you got a few players. These players have access to these Pokemon, and these Pokemon cost these points to buy. Each player has a set amount of points, in our case 90. Each player can draft a certain amount of Pokemon, in our case 8. There's a few more rules, but those are honestly either self-explanatory or rarely relevant. To draft, we follow a snake draft, where the order goes player 1 to player 8, then in reverse, from player 8 to player 1. And most importantly, just like that prized event-exclusive deluxe Omega Rare Legendary Stanley Cup during, Donald Trump's birthday, there is only one of every Pokemon. Once that Pokemon is bought, it's gone. Nobody else can buy it. Here's the entire roster of Pokemon. Feel free to pause to read more. I'll also link the document in the description if you're interested. I am the 5th player in Pool 1. We're playing with National Dex, meaning every Dexited Pokemon has come back like some wild WWE plot twist, along with all removed moves. Wait, what's that noise? Oh god, he's right behind me, isn't he? However, we are only allowed to draft one Mega, and both Z-moves and Terastallization are banned. Now, on to the draft. Believe it or not, this is my first ever draft league. I'm 5th in the draft, meaning I'm right in the middle of the snake. Therefore, my very intelligent potassium brain decided I should build my draft around a Comfortmon, and I set my eyes on Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko. Alright, okay, Tapu Koko. I think obviously we got Thunderbolt, U-turn, Volt Switch, all these options here. Options obviously you got like choice specs, right? Biggest option, damage boost. I think Life Orb can actually work in draft formats. But other ones like Boots, obviously. Boots for pivot sets. Z is banned, which is unfortunate. But like, this is draft. I'm pretty sure Electric Seed Koko is a big thing. The Electric Seed Calm Mind. Thunderbolt pivoting, there's always HP Ice. Big option. Dazzling Gleam. There's also the option to run physical, right? This thing got, 115 attack's actually not bad. Because Wild Charge is actually not a bad move under electric terrain. The main sets I'm interested in are like Choice Specs, Auto Attacking. I'm also interested in Electric Seed and Calm Mind. Calm Mind is a big one. Calm Mind, I'm pretty sure it's Roost, and then you put Stored Power here. And of course, obviously, one last set, Light Clay. Light Clay with Reflect and Light Screen and Roost and U-turn. Oh my god, this is insane for its teammates. Koko, insanely versatile. I love choosing it, and I think it's gonna be a great base for my team. Now, my original plan going into this draft is to immediately draft Iron Bundle for my second draft and blitz past every other Pokemon in the draft, then get Hawlucha as a great late game cleaner, and life will be wonderful. Then I had a Neuron activation and realized that a suspicious amount of people have a ground type. Whoops. Well, guess I'm drafting Iron Treads, certified wheel from the future that seeks to how do I say this word? Wreak havoc while the ground is slightly electrified. Alright, Iron Treads. This Wheel of Doom. What if it's moved? Earthquake, Volt Switch. I love having Volt Switch on here. It gets Rocks, it gets Rapid Spin. I mainly chose it for Rapid Spin. It also gets Ice Spinner if it wants to. Yeah, for Ice Spin and stuff. And also it gets a lot of very interesting coverage. Mega Horn, Knockoff is a big one. Stone Edge, Rock Moves. Zen Headbutt. Like, the coverage on this thing. Body Press. Its defense is its highest stat. As for items, I think Choice Band can actually work. Just because 112 isn't that bad to work with, and even especially if I boost attack, for example, Life Orb exists. Let's see. What I'm interested really in is like Shuka Berry, for example, like Resist Berry, or maybe Assault Vest, right? Assault Vest could be really good with this, bolster my weak or special defense. And like, let's say Koko can boost its speed if I have speed investment, and then I get Speed F investment, thanks to Assault Vest. But yeah, this is another very not as versatile as Tapu Koko, I'd say, but still decently versatile, and I like all the coverage options we have, and also the speed, of course. Okay, now I draft Iron Bundle, right? Well, this exists. For those unaware, the Dragon Fairy Steel Core, or DFS Core for short, is as iconic in draft as the Fire Water Grass Core, to my understanding. Since I already have a Fairy and a Steel, my potassium-driven noggin decided I should grab a Dragon, along with a ground immunity. And I'll let you guess why. With that in mind, I had my sights set on Mega Latios. Extremely powerful, can threaten teams with Calm Mind, and provides that highly valued ground immunity. And Flip Tone for pivoting. Wait, why is the camera moving away? No, wait, come back, wait. Well, this ain't good. So yeah, Mega Latios was sniped, stolen, snatched before my very eyes, which left me with a very interesting decision. I can either stick with the Latios brand and draft regular Latios, which trades the power from Mega for item versatility, or I can draft Dragonite, a Pokemon I've had success with on electric terrain teams while still possessing that ground immunity. In the end, I decided to go with Latios. Honestly, I don't even have to explain anything. This is Latios. Obviously, we got special attacking sets with Buster Purge, but also we got Double Dance. Let's say we have Electric Seed on this thing, right? Electric Seed, Calm Mind. Oh my god, that's gonna be insane. And this thing also gets Roost. Okay, it's Flip Tone for momentum. Also gets Psychic Noise. It gets Stored Power. This thing gets Trick. Alright, you know the Troll potential with like Choice Specs Trick? You ruin a defensive Pokemon. Dragon Dance. One of the ND fog as well. A really funny thing I could try out is Dragon Dance Latios if their team is especially weak to it, potentially. But yeah, this is like, as I said, my first three Pokemon, my Dragon Fairy Steel Core, they're all very like versatile in my opinion, especially Latios and Koko. Latios just because of its coverage options, Koko because of it's Koko. Latios is Latios, honestly. Like all of its items as well, it's insane. Even though it can't Mega Evolve, I feel like this actually makes it better on my team because I like the versatility basically. Oh, and also, you're new to the channel, right? Cobra Berry. This is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon to slap on any single Dark Week Pokemon. I love this item. I slap Aura Sphere on it. Oh my god, it's the perfect like, Dark type bait. Alright, round 4. Now I can pick Iron Bundle, right? Right? Yes, I can. Bundle! I've been hyping up this Pokemon a lot. Even though it might not look as impressive in terms of coverage, it's a main 4 moves it runs. Hydro Pump, Flip Tone for coverage, Ice Beam, and Freeze Dry for waters. This is basically all it runs. I guess maybe if you've replaced Flip Tone, I scrolled through, I saw Taunt, I saw Encore, but like I don't really see anything. Oh, I guess U-Tone as well. Item, honestly considering like Life Orb, Choice Specs. You can also go for like I guess Expert Belt. One thing I'm interested in, Never Melt. And also of course Boots, because like we're not fully reliant on Iron Treads to remove hazards that way. This thing can actually like clean like Wall Break as well if we say like Choice Specs or even Life Orb. So maybe I have a Calm Mind Latios here, right? I have a Calm Mind Latios, Iron Bundle Wall Breaks, Koko sets up screens, Latios just sweeps. Oh my god, perfect combination of Pokemon. Now this is where the fun and games went away. You see, like an excited child running around the supermarket with his mom's credit card, I was running out of moolah. Fast. I had 24 points to draft 4 Pokemon, meaning they would all average 6 points each. For reference, these are the 6-point Pokemon. Obviously, I'm not going to draft 4 Pokemon from this list, but I am going to have to budget well to make sure I don't end up with 2 or 3 useless Pokemon. Looking at my team, I noticed a big problem. Physical attackers. Right now, only Treads and maybe Koko can act as a physical attacker, but neither are great at it and would rather be something else. I also wanted priority, particularly because of this ChatGPT of Doom. Iron Valiant outpaces my whole team by a football field once Quark Drive is activated, only being outsped by my Club Penguin Executive. So I would like a method to deal with it while not being forced to bring Iron Bundle. Originally, I had my sights set on Scizor, which can also dispatch most fairies for Latios. However, my gut was set on a different bug, Maybe because Scizor costed 14 points. Now this is actually a very funny pick of mine, Mega Pinsir. When I drafted this, in the Discord server of the draft, I might pull up a screenshot. Someone literally said, respect for the Mega Pinsir pick. And honestly, at the time, I didn't feel like it was a bad pick. Because if you look at this Pokemon, it has a lot more coverage than you think. Close Combat, Earthquake, Knockoff. This thing also gets Rock coverage for Moltres. It gets Outrage, for God's sake. It also gets Substitute. It gets Substitute. It can play around defensive Pokemon like the passive blobs. It gets Toxic. Quick Attack is a big one, obviously. It is insane with it. One set I've been really looking at, Substitute Swords Dance. This thing can just sit on so many Pokemon. Its main job on the team, honestly, is if I don't bring Iron Bundle, I get Quick Attack for Iron Valiant. But honestly, like, this thing might be able to sweep on its own. Oh, and also gets Stealth Rock. It gets Stealth Rock. As if it needs any more tools. It gets Stealth Rock, damn it. So, like, even if I don't bring Trez, I can have Rock support. Alright, 8 points down the drain, I got 16 more for 3 Pokemon. Although this sounds expensive, Ogerpon for 11 points was actually very enticing. Having a Grass type complements Iron Bundle's Water typing, and I can grab a budget Fire type Wall Breaker afterwards for that Fire Water Grass core. Ogerpon's ability to hold any item also gives it a lot of flexibility, along with it having spikes, an invaluable asset to any draft team. But as I repeated many times before, or maybe not, I guess, I don't know, I am a newbie, and newbies make mistakes. Next up, Sinistcha. How do you spell Sinistcha? Yeah. Alright, the reason I picked this over Ogerpon, honestly, is because I wanted a more defensive Pokemon. This thing can also spread burn, by the way. Machogacha has a 50% chance. It's actually not that bad. But also, the thing is Calm Mind. This thing in Calm Mind, Electric Seed, you're seeing the... Not Electric Seed. Not that one. Electric Seed. I said I want the seed. I want the one with the seed. Thank you. Key proof as well. Electric Seed, Calm Mind. You're seeing the resemblance with Latios. And with potential Tapu Koko sets, oh my god. And also there's Hex. If I want to spam Toxic with Thunder Wave or things like that with my other Pokemon, you get Strength Sap. You get Hell. You get Memento. If you want to, if we want to set up like Pinsir Swords Dance, we can just Memento. Now you get Skull. It gets Skull. Water Grass Ghost coverage is actually pretty good. There's not much else to talk about. I've been looking at Life Dew for a bit. Maybe as like just a great like just passive option for it. Everything else just seems normal. This is a fairly one-dimensional Pokemon. Pinsir as well. But honestly, I just like that it's a bit more defensive than my other Pokemon right now. And it has this Calm Mind option as well. Honestly, with 8 points remaining and an unwavering desire to set up tiny pieces of shrapnel, I'm just going to jump straight to our Budget Spiker. Budget Spiker time! Guess who I'm picking? Hope you guessed correct. Qwilfish. The reason I picked a regular Qwilfish or its Hisuian counterpart. Now, Hisuian Qwilfish can run Eviolite. That's what makes it so good. But this thing doesn't have Flip Turn. Stupidly enough. Yeah, this thing has Flip Turn. It has Momentum. All of its other options are great as well. First of all, it got both Spikes and Toxic Spikes. That's huge. Yeah, it's actually a respectable attack and workable special attack for a wall like this. We can scald enemies. Hell, we can gunk shot them. Taunt. I've been looking at Taunt a lot. This is gonna be a great counter lead option. Thunder Wave is... This gets Thunder Wave. Why do you get Thunder Wave? I don't understand. But it also gets Thunder Wave if we ever want to use that option. Of course, we got Explosion. This thing can go boom. I plan to just throw this out willy-nilly, especially with Intimidate. And also, we can slap Air Balloon on this. We also got options like Black Sludge. I also looked at Shuka Berry for quite a bit. So those are the main items. I guess Mental Herb, if, not Power. Mental Herb if I'm prepared for Taunt. Oh, and Poison typing is really valuable. No, thank you. Poison typing is very valuable. It's not a very good Fairy Resist because it's not that bulky. But like, it is an option. It's always an option. 2 points remaining and I need all of a Ghost Resist or Immunity, preferably a Physical Wall Breaker, and packing some amount of Threat. These are the Pokemon that fit that criteria in my opinion, and I'll let you decide who got drafted. Hint, it's not Mabosstiff. Zangoose. Now the reason I chose this over both Linoone and Mabosstiff, first off, okay, why not Linoone? Where's Linoone's threat? Linoone's threat is Belly Drum. Do you think Belly Drum is consistent on a base 70 attack Pokemon? For reference, Zangoose has 115, perfectly respectable for a 2-point Pokemon. Linoone is 70. Oh, but okay, why not the boss div then? The boss div, yeah, it's a ghost resist. It's pretty good. Also intimidate and stakeout. Stakeout's very good. The main difference, first off, it doesn't have sword stance. It can't actually boost its attack other than curse and hone claws, and it's like at that point it's like Zangoose' sword stance is very valuable. Secondly, Zangoose also has pursuit going for it. Has pursuit going for it. Has quick attack going for it. Alright. We got options here. Zangoose also has Thunder Wave and Toxic for some reason, and also Taunt. This thing has Taunt as well. This can be a great counter lead. Switcheroo as well for items shenanigans. Zangoose has a lot more options. Even though it's just a Zangoose, it may seem pretty one-dimensional if I just go Sword Stance, but actually, like, you see all the coverage I have. I have Gunk Shot. I saw it down there. Gunk Shot, Seed Bomb. Zangoose has Toxic Boost, which can make it very, very threatening with a Toxic Orb, or even like I can bait a Toxic from something. Let's say Tapu Koko, right? And then I U-turn out, I go into Zangoose, and then I activate Toxic Boost, while I have like leftovers or something like that. As for other items, I'm also looking at like Life Orb, for example. Obviously Toxic Orb can obviously give me the Toxic Boost by myself. This full draft. This is the full draft. I really like this draft. I love the amount of options and the number of ways I can sweep an opponent. It's a very fast. I got the fastest Pokemon in the draft under Electric Terrain, and overall, for my first ever draft, I feel like I did decently well. So yeah. And that's the draft. Honestly, I decided to commit to gut instincts starting from the Mega Pinsir pick. All because this is my first ever draft and I'm legit scared as hell. Right, that's it for now. Next week, I'm going to post my first ever draft game along with an explanation of my team. Until then, sayonara suckers, have a nice week.